It will be Frank Tarabay to take on Neil Murphy.
Well, the classic turbo versus blower showdown, and we are about to get it. It's going to be a New South Wales versus Queensland battle as well. Neil Murphy coming down from Queensland. A beautiful Camaro.
It is a really nice looking Camaro for Neil Murphy. So he ran a 5.98 in qualifying Murphy. Tarabay went an 8.93. So Tarabay is the first event on big slicks for these guys. So they've run the car on radials previously. So it's sort of just changed the characteristics of the car, the way it behaves, the way it's set up. They would have liked to get a little bit more testing before this event, but we're here now.
This is test mode.
Yeah, we are going test mode and hoping to get a win.
They want to make sure that obviously Frank's comfortable in the car as well. It is a beautiful car when you go down and look at it.
Yeah,
Pickle chassis. It's got all the fruit in it. Let's just say it that way.
Yeah.
It's making plenty of horsepower. Very different to the 2J Toyota Sign he was racing before. He's still got that car. When he used to run that in PROMOD, he would send it down and hopefully they get a 580 out of that car, and they did go into the fives, but now they've got all the horsepower and they're trying to tame it to get down to a 585. He's never experienced that type of acceleration either through the entire racetrack. Let's quickly head down to Bryony though in the braking area.
Yeah, Rob, sorry, the guys haven't told me what time you did, but how did it feel for you?
I felt good. Got about 140 out and shook the tyres. So I got off it and stood on it again because I could see him coming beside me. So I think I won. So anyway, so that's the main point. So yeah.
Well, I'm going to give you the win. How's the track feeling out there?
It's a bit slippery. I think the heat's got to it a little bit, but it should come around tonight really good. So
can't wait.
Great.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.
Everybody's waiting for those later sessions today when the sun starts to get covered up a bit, aren't they, Mark? They're all just got to get down this first round of racing day, because looking at that, Rob Campese now with a 6.60 will be our fastest ET of the round so far. It's the time to beat.
Yeah, 6.60 that you just mentioned. I'm just having a look at this race here in front of us. So Frank Tarabay has got a pretty strong brains trust behind him in Paul Mahate helping the team out this weekend. Now, Neil Murphy, this is only the second competitive event for this Camaro. Yes, it has run into the 590s, but I think the PB is around 595 for these guys. So they're one of those guys, they're not going to jump up and run a 585 on this pass, I don't think. So I think if they'd be looking for a low 590 on this run. Frank Tarabay, when you've got a brain trust like Paul Mahate behind you on the start line, and even though they're still coming to terms with the big slicks on this car, and there's a brand new car and all that, you can't take this pass lightly at all, because the Hoyt's the sort of guy that can pull out a 580 on this pass.
What's he going to do if he goes past, say, 60 to 100 foot with no rattle, the car feels good? Are they going to be saying to him? Are they going to be saying, mate, if you go past 60 with no rattle, chase it?
Yeah,
go for it.
100%. I don't think you're going to see a back off on this pass at all if it's clean. And that's what I'm thinking. Like this is a big race here for Neil Murphy.
Tarabay's here to win. He's a competitive kind of guy. He's going to want to take whatever he can. If there's an opportunity, something happens to Murphy, he's going to pedal that car down there just to get the win, I would say. He doesn't get a crew like that behind him. Paul Mahate out wanting to get the win lights up. Here we go. Red light back to Tarabay. We've got double and three too quick. Gets towards the semi-strip. Murphy on the win there with a 5.96 that time. 401 kilometres an hour for Neil Murphy. What a run. 5.969 in the heat of the afternoon, and that'll put him as our fastest ET so far.
That is a great pass from Neil Murphy. 105 to the 60 foot. They found the sweet spot to get down this Sydney Dragway track. Put your hands together for the Neil Murphy team. Stu McCarthy, you've got a happy crew chief on the start line.
Yeah, we do. Smiling. Great run. Arms went up in the air. You were pumped.
I was pretty pumped, yeah. Well, last night the track bit us a bit. It was a pretty good track. Went back to the pits and threw a bit in the fuel tech and changed a bit of the tune-up, bit of a setup. Good old Steve Ham and Stewie Roll and give us a bit of assistance and made it go fast. Thanks to the crowd.
It's got to be a nice feeling about someone like Stephen Ham and Stu rolling alongside. You can just throw you a few tips because they're not racing against you this weekend. You're in a different category.
Absolutely. All right.